Hey guys, so I did a thing. I'm confident enough in the straw bales that I decided to go get some more. So I got 9 more, and I'm gonna do more of a square for like peanuts and carrots. So I'm gonna dedicate this 3 foot by 10 foot area to be just for the probably just for sweet potatoes, if I can get the slips ever for them. That's a whole nother story. But so what I'm gonna do is kind of do a square of straw bales, and then I have a 9th straw bale that I'm gonna cut open and just kind of lay over the top, kind of even out the edges. I kind of wish I would have done that with the 3 foot by 10 foot area, but I mean, I could always go back and get another one, but for Captain Hindsight. So we'll see how it goes, and I am actually very, very impressed because it's been very rainy, and one thing that's always worried me about the straw bales is treated wheat. You know, they spray it down to keep it from sprouting and stuff like that, and I'm okay with some sprouts right now because it's telling me that if they sprayed something on it, they didn't spray a lot, or they didn't spray anything at all, because what I've got is I've got some wheat sprouting. So I'm okay with that. So if anything, that's going to help with the breakdown process. It's going to feed the straw bale, you know, other sources of carbon and sugars to help feed the mycorrhizal fungi and the beneficial bacteria to help break it down further. Now, I mean, if the wheat sprouting gets out of hand, obviously I'll take care of it, you know, cut it back a little bit. But I mean, that just tells me that this wheat is going to be conducive for a, you know, a growing environment. So my idea is, like I said, I've got the nice straw bale on top. It just happened to be a little bit smaller than the other ones, and I think that's just because either actually made it smaller, or it just didn't absorb as much moisture as the rest of these, because you can see that's pretty wet already, and that's just because that was the end of the trailer. So one nice big square with that extra bale on top. So this should break down very nicely, and I had enough to, really a lot of excess to put on top of the one that I had here. Now I don't have enough chicken manure to put on top of this one to start breaking this down. So what I will end up doing is I'll end up getting some blood meal or some bone meal. Most definitely the blood meal, just because it's such a higher nitrogen content. And I'll do the same thing, inoculate this. But this, because of the shape and it's kind of piled up like this thing's gonna get hot. I'm fairly certain of it. This thing's gonna get really hot. And the reason I wanted to pile some on top was because I don't like the gaps in between the straw bales. The gaps might not harm anything, they just bother me aesthetically. I like one nice uniform area, so that's why I put the over there on the there you go, on those on top of that, and that might help with the chicken manure, who knows. It just looks better to me. So when it starts breaking down, it's nice one long bed. Same thing with this one. It's just gonna be one bed. All right, I am back from Home Depot. Took a little bit longer than I thought it would to do all the chores, but I did get some more fertilizer. I got a little black cow compost. I got some blood meal. So picked up a couple sweet potatoes to start trying them with some slips, and couldn't help myself, picked up some strawberry plants. But so here's what I've got. So basically, I've used probably about a little 3-pound bag of blood meal. I figured this right here was enough, had enough chicken manure. So I used about 2/3 of the, so about 2 pounds on this one over here of blood meal. So that'll leave about 1 pound left. So I'll water this in really well. I mean, it has been a little rainy today, so it's not supposed to rain again until next week. But I'll water it in really well a few times today, a few times tomorrow. In a few days, I'll probably use up the rest of the bone meal, blood meal, sorry, between this and the other one, because I think the amount that I've added to this is probably equal to the chicken manure I added to the other one. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I'm not measuring anything. So once that's gone, that's gone. And I did pick up a 16-pound bag of organic fertilizer, complete fertilizer, again with the microbiology built into it, the bacteria plus the mycorrhizal fungi. So I'll use that as like the second round of nitrogen just to really even it out. I've also forgot to mention that I have azomite, which is like a rock dust, a volcanic ash, which has a bunch of trace minerals and stuff, calcium and whatnot, and I'll use that in there too to kind of even out, you know, wherever the fertilizer doesn't get, just to balance out the profile. Maybe a little magnesium and sulfur from Epsom salt. So we'll see how this works. Like I said, this one is going to be mostly the cosmic purple carrots and the Carolina runner or African runner peanuts. And I'm going to make this whole bed sweet potatoes. So I figure it's about 3 foot by 10 foot. I should be able to fit about, you know, 20 plants in there and get a pretty good yield. So hopefully this will work out pretty well. I have a feeling this pile especially is going to get really hot just because it's so compact, but I think it'll do good. And I'm going to try something with the carrots to get really good germination. Like I said, I picked up some black cow manure, and I mixed that with some vermiculite and some peat moss, and not necessarily equal proportions, but somewhat. And I added the beneficial microorganisms, the bacteria and mycorrhizal fungi, to that to kind of make it come together, so when in 3 weeks time when I need to use like a little thin layer on top of the straw bales, I can plant directly into that. And with the cosmic purple carrots, what I'm going to do is something interesting I've seen is create my own seed fabric, or whatever, seed paper. So I'm going to take some toilet paper and kind of dot seeds every couple inches, and that way I can get very nice, neat rows. So we'll see how that goes. So I'll keep y'all updated. Thanks for watching. Bye.